Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm back with another video, and this time it's 10 fragrances for the fall season, but they are all niche fragrances. I hope you enjoyed this video, so let's get started. The first fragrance that I have in my hand is Nirvana Bourbon by Elizabeth and James. So this one is a beautiful woody musky kind of a fragrance. It smells very rich, very expensive, luxurious kind of a juice it has. But I know when I introduced this earlier on in my collection, I think it was part of a haul video when I had got it, I mentioned it has a good longevity, but over the past few weeks when I've been using it, I noticed that on my skin it does not last for more than 2 hours, which is why it is at the number 10 position today, because I rarely use it, and I love the juice. My preference for the juice has not changed. This is a beautiful fragrance. It smells expensive, it's very mature, it's woody, it's musky, it's warm and cozy, but it beautifully envelopes me in the sense it's not very loud. At the same time, people get it when they are close to me, but it doesn't last for more than 2 hours. That's a huge disappointment, and I can only use it when I can travel with it. It can be in my purse, or it can be I can use it when I'm at home. Otherwise, if I'm going out for a longer duration where reapplication is not a possibility, this will not be able to kind of help me on such days. So the notes are bourbon, vanilla, oak and tuberose. A simple table of notes, beautiful perfume, but in my case the longevity is an issue. The next perfume that I have in my hand is Serge Lutens Vetiver Oriental. Now, as the name suggests, this is a vetiver dominated fragrance, and at the same time there's a little smokiness from Gaiac wood that is there, and it has iris, which brings us a little bit of powderiness, which makes it a little bit feminine in my opinion. But actually, if you sniff it, this is a perfectly balanced unisex fragrance to me. But yes, the powderiness of the iris makes me give it a little bit of a feminine touch, if you know what I mean by that. And one thing about Serge Lutens fragrances is that they are always very high quality ingredients and high quality blending, and the perfume as a result signature style kind of fragrance. And if you ever sniff Vetiver Oriental, you will know this is a beautiful fragrance actually. So it has dark chocolate, it has amber, sandalwood, musk, oak moss, Gaiac wood, vetiver, iris and labdanum. So I get the iris, of course, and the beautiful smokiness of the Gaiac wood, but a little bit of creaminess from the sandalwood, of course. But dark chocolate is something that I don't get too strongly over here, but nevertheless this is a beautiful fragrance and perfect for the fall season. Coming up at number 8 is like a must-have for the fall season. This is Lune Feline from Aquila De Source. This is a luxurious gourmand and a very beautiful vanilla fragrance. There is, however, one small thing which I think I've mentioned it before. I don't know, at the top, right at the opening, I get this wee bit of freshness, followed by a luxurious vanilla dominated perfume, of course. In between there is a little smokiness, in between there's a little bit of burnt smell that I get that lasts for a very short time, but it kind of irks me a little bit. But if you can just bear with it for a few seconds, this is one of the best gourmand, sweet, vanilla, luxurious, expensive smelling perfumes you will ever get. And this is so beautifully balanced that it does not matter whether you're using it in October, or because in October, as even now in India, we are still experiencing a strike between heat, like hot days and rainy days. So it does not matter. This is one fragrance that can give you company on any such day, and in the most beautiful manner. So the notes have a spicy beginning with cinnamon, cardamom and pink pepper. The middle notes comprise of green notes, cedar, woodsy notes, ambergris and styrax. Base notes comprise of Tahitian vanilla, Peru balsam and musk. And it's a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. The next fragrance that I have in my hand is an aromatic citrus kind of a fragrance. This was launched in 2011 and this is Cedrat Boise by Mancera. Now you might be thinking that this is more for the men than for the women, but that's not it. This is one of those perfectly balanced unisex fragrance. This is what I will feature if I were to make a monster sillage and monster longevity kind of a video. This is the perfect candidate. In fact, all Mancera perfumes are, and this is one of those. Like, I think I've said this before, like velvet vanilla kind of gives me the headache more often than not, but Cedrat Boise makes me happy. You know, I don't care about the longevity. It will stay on in my clothes even after they have been kind of washed and cleaned and even dry cleaned, but you'll still get the smell of the perfume in a lighter version maybe, but it makes me happy. You have the freshness at the top coming from the lemon and the bergamot, and then you have a little bit of the spiciness in the middle, and there is no creaminess from the sandalwood. The patchouli sharpness is there. It's not a heavy boozy kind of a fragrance, and it's not just meant for summer. It's perfect for fall, winter mornings, winter afternoons as well. Cedrat Boise has bergamot, lemons, Sicilian lemon, blackcurrant and spicy notes in the top. The middle notes comprise of fruity notes, water jasmine and patchouli. The base notes comprise of sandalwood, cedar, leather, moss, white musk and vanilla. And the interesting part is that though this is a lightweight kind of a easy to go morning daytime kind of a fragrance, so you can understand it's quite fresh and light and not too boozy, not too heavy, and extremely long lasting. And it has got that typical characteristic Mancera addictive quality to it that makes you very, very fascinated by the perfume. This is mostly known as an Oriental vanilla fragrance, but the first thing and the last thing that I get out of this is a beautiful coffee. I don't think there are too many coffee fragrances that are so suited to the category as much as Montal's Intense Cafe. And just like Mancera fragrances, Montal fragrances come with the same promise of longevity, heavy sillage and strong projection. This is definitely one of their best. Coffee and rose is two of the dominant notes that you will find very, very easily. Of course, the vanilla adds to the creaminess along with the floral notes and the musk and the white amber. But this is a beautiful coffee and rose fragrance if you ask me, and a perfect accompaniment for the winter months. Starting from October, starting from the time the weather changes, you can start using this. I mean, I'm going to use it definitely. This luxury was not available to me last year. Somehow I got hold of it this year. So I'm definitely going to enjoy this through the fall and winter months. Speaking of the notes, this has floral notes, this has coffee, rose, amber, vanilla and white musk. So a simple table of notes again, but an amazingly luxurious gourmand fragrance. So next one is, I find it difficult to talk about fall and winter and not mention Feve Delicieuse. So this is my decant, still running strong. Beautiful. This is so perfect for the fall season when you are not, especially in India, when we are in the middle of the departing summer and monsoon. Some days are really very pleasant and cloudy, though the winter crispiness has not started. We are not experiencing fall in the way most Western countries do, and for all these days, I mean, through the relatively hot days or the rainy days, Feve Delicieuse can be one of the best fragrances to accompany you. This is powdery and very, very classy if you ask me. I find it very, very sophisticated, and this is extremely long lasting, and it's suitable for different kinds of occasions. It's quite festive in the mood, and at the same time quite serious with all the tonka in there. And it's got a beautiful balanced combination of tonka, vanilla, caramel and praline, and it makes for a very luxurious kind of a rich, expensive kind of a feel, which it's not just suitable for all occasions, but actually is like a feel-good kind of a fragrance. Speaking about the notes, Feve Delicieuse has tonka bean, vanilla, caramel, cocoa, praline, benzoin, sandalwood, cacao pod, bergamot, lavender and mint. So to begin your fall seasons, if you have this, you're sorted. If I were to sum up my best finds or best, I can't say discovery, my best acquisitions of 2020, this would be at the top. This is Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. So summer, I have quite a few Tom Ford fragrances, and in almost in all of them longevity has been an issue. So it was pretty disappointing because none of us like fragrances that does not last on our skin, and almost all the Tom Ford fragrances do not last too long on my skin, but this one changed that. Tobacco Vanille changed that, and I was waiting for the fall season. Actually, I got it at a time when it was quite warm and not perfect to be used, but now I can start using it. It is high on longevity, and it has got a very impressive projection. It has a good sillage in my opinion, not a very strong one, but a good one, and definitely it stands apart from the other Tom Fords that I have in my collection. And the best part of it is that the notes, it's a little bit spicy, the tobacco, and the vanilla, it's beautiful. There are fruity accords as well, which makes it very pleasant. Not the typical vanilla tobacco kind of a fragrance, but a little different from many others that I can think of with vanilla and tobacco. So Tobacco Vanille has tobacco leaf spicy notes at the top, tonka bean, tobacco blossom, vanilla and cacao in the middle, and dried fruits, woody notes at the base. And a beautiful accessory for fall and winter months in my opinion. So I've come to the top 3 right now, and at number 3 I have Initio's Blessed Baraka. So Initio is actually becoming the fastest, is increasingly becoming one of my favorite houses right now, and I really cannot get enough of this brand. Each of their fragrances, they are kind of competing with one another, and it's difficult to pick up. Even today I had a tough time deciding between Rehab and Blessed Baraka. So, and I have others as well, but this is so beautiful, a beautiful blessing from Alberto Morias. This is one of the best fragrances for the fall season. It has got a simple note table of amber, sandalwood and musk. That's it. But I will not go into the speculation of whether it has anything else. Though I smell a few other things, I will not get into it, but I can tell you one thing is that the one thing that I can safely tell you is that this is a beautifully created, beautifully crafted perfume, and it can go through all times of the year. In my opinion, this is suited for all times of the year, but the fall and the winter months will be one time of the year. The 3 months, October, November, December, even through January and February, you will feel comfortable wearing this. You may or may not feel too comfortable wearing this in the hotter months of the year, though there have been days when I have tried it, and it has not exactly disappointed me. But yes, I don't overspray, so perfumes kind of behave differently on my skin. But for the fall season, there cannot be a better perfume than this. So if you have this, you are sorted. Coming up at number 2 is one of my all-time favorites. I use this throughout the year. Trust me, I do. But if you ask me, this is the best of all the perfumes. This is at number 2, but this is the best suited fragrance for the fall season. This one is Remember Me from Javoy. And I cannot praise this perfume enough. This is so good. In my opinion, this is a perfectly round the year kind of a fragrance. But yes, for the fall season, there cannot be a better accompaniment for any occasion, any time of the day. And this is perfectly unisex. If you think this is more towards the men, no, you're mistaken. This is a beautiful chai fragrance, beautiful tea fragrance, and it has everything. It has cardamom, it has milk, it has tea. There's a lot of freshness here, and that has to come from bergamot and lemon. There's frangipani too in this, and despite the freshness, it has this creamy vibe to it, which makes it a very, very long lasting perfume. And this has got a very heavy sillage in my opinion, though this is quite light and it appears to be like a fresh tea kind of a fragrance, but it has got a heavy sillage, and people around you will get the trail of the perfumes. It's an impressive trail actually, and I'm so happy I have this in my collection, because this can be the perfect daytime fragrance throughout the year. And to me, this is a very versatile perfume. You can use it to your workplace, you can wear it to your office, or you can wear it out if you're going out on a long day outing, or if you're going to the club. Perfect for the golf course. So Remember Me by Javoy has cardamom, bergamot and lemon at the top. The middle notes comprise of tea, frangipani and ginger. The base notes comprise of milk, woodsy notes, cedar and vanilla. Thank you, Vineet. Thank you for suggesting me. I still remember the day when I was about to buy something else and you suggested this. So I've come to the final perfume of the day, and at number 1 position is Nishane's 100 Silent Ways. Now I'm sure you have come across many fall fragrance videos, and almost everyone has Nishane's Annie, and yes, Annie is a beautiful fragrance for the fall season, no doubt about that, but somewhere I feel 100 Silent Ways is perfect and yet going kind of becoming underrated, which is why I selected it. Oh, this is such a gorgeous fragrance, and it's so perfectly unisex. Whether you're a man or a woman, you can all wear it comfortably. It's beautifully floral, it's woodsy, it's sweet and juicy at the top, and then goes into a little bit of woodsiness, little bit of earthiness, and at the base it kind of becomes a gourmand. It has a little powderiness. Oh, beautiful fragrance. Coming to think of it, this would be perfect for the fall season, and it would be perfect for the summer season as well. Fruity, flowery, and at the same time a little bit powdery, and very, very attractive, very attractive. So let me give you the notes for this. It has mandarin orange, tuberose and peach at the top. It has jasmine, gardenia and orris in the middle. It has vanilla, sandalwood, vetiver at the base. But most importantly, absolutely none of the notes is taking over the other one. Like, I struggle a lot with tuberose dominated fragrances, but the tuberose here is so beautifully balanced. A bit too powdery at some times, but as it wears through the first few hours, the dry down becomes beautiful, and that's what makes this one of the best accompaniments for the fall season. So I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I loved bringing it to you. Do remember that it's not important that you have all of these together in your collection. Even if you have 1 or 2 of these, you can go ahead and enjoy the fall season in the best possible way. So I hope you have a great October, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Till then, lots of love. Bye.